Good morning. We're here with Adam Martin. He is a communication specialist with Energy United. Good morning. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Wendy. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, we're glad to have you with us today. First thing we do with these interviews is we give you an opportunity to kind of tell a little bit about yourself from somewhat of a personal perspective. I know you and I sort of chatted about that just a little bit before we went live. So share with our listeners a little bit about you.
Sure. So I entered the electric cooperative world back in 2012 and had a stint originally right out of college after graduating from Appalachian State University, and have now been with Energy United for just over 1 year.
Okay.
So my wife and I, we live in Yadkinville now. Which is great. We love, it's, definitely wine country and beautiful area here and a convenient location. So we've lived here for just over 5 years.
Okay.
And from Surrey County, originally from Mayberry, Mount Airy.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. And you were telling me a little bit about the work from home adjustment because you all have a youngster.
We do, a 2-year-old at home.
Yeah.
Who normally goes to daycare, but of course his daycare is closed with the stay-at-home order. And so we've been keeping him at home with us. And my wife has been really great about giving him one-on-one time, working with him. She's a special ed teacher also full-time.
Okay.
So she's juggling that as well, recording lessons for her students, working on IEP documentation, all the stuff she normally does, but also playing teacher with our son as well. So she's done great, and but it's been a bit of an adjustment. So we're eager, just like everyone else is, for the word that it's all clear and safe to go back to normal. But
yeah. I'm sure that is an added challenge. My kids are obviously much older, but I do remember those days when they were young, and it was just like, woo. So I can't imagine everybody working at home while they're at that age, while they're there too. So good luck. Sounds like things are going okay though. So okay, well we'll move on to the next question in just a few minutes. Tell us a little bit about Energy United as far as obviously we know you provide electricity, but tell us a little bit more about that as far as how you serve Davie County and just things that maybe some folks may not realize.
So Energy United was formed in 1998 with a merger of two electric co-ops, Crescent EMC, as well as Davie EMC. Davidson EMC. Those two co-ops merged together to form Energy United. Okay. And so in doing so, we became the largest electric cooperative in the state of North Carolina.
Okay.
So we serve over 110,000 members, our consumers, and then also service, as a result, over 130,000 meters. So
okay.
Some members have multiple accounts, multiple properties, but we have over 130,000 meters that we service. But we're more than just an electric company, as you can probably tell from our name, Energy United. We do have a propane subsidiary also that provides service in over 100 counties in North Carolina and South Carolina, and parts of Virginia as well. So, and they provide service to over 23,000 customers. So we have both the electric company and the propane company that forms Energy United.
Okay, so if someone and this is me being, I'm just a layperson, so let me ask you this: in terms of the propane, like for example, here at our house we have a propane tank which runs our gas logs. Our house doesn't run on gas, but would that be something that I, as a customer, could contact Energy United to service our propane tank?
Absolutely. Yes,
okay.
That is a service that we would provide. We provide products that are powered by propane, but we also provide service and install propane tanks as well to be able to service those types of products.
Okay. So, and that would be, because that is something I would be interested in. So you all, even though we're not serviced by the electric company, it would still be we would still be
Absolutely.
eligible for the propane.
Yes, you don't have to be served by the electric company to be eligible to be served by our propane company.
Okay,
So,
I did not know that. I actually have not seen a propane truck for Energy United in the area where I live. So that's good to know. So, well, thank you for sharing that.
As long as you live in a county that our propane company services, and you do,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, you're eligible.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for pointing that out, because that's definitely something we'll be interested in. Okay. Obviously, we're all working different, doing things differently during the COVID-19 crisis. But tell us how Energy United is operating differently and still serving their customers well.
So I guess this all for us started back on March the 17th when we announced several changes.
Mm-hmm.
Then at that time that we would be suspending all disconnects,
Right.
and then waiving late fees and any penalties for late payments at that time, effective on March 17th. And our offices were also closed at that time, Wendy, and have remained closed ever since. But we remain fully operational, and we have since this began back on March 17th. So from a safety standpoint, we took those measures first and foremost to close our offices, to begin, practicing social distancing for those who do have to report to the office. There are many who are working from home, including myself.
Mm-hmm.
Those who do continue to report to the office are doing so as needed, working staggered shifts as needed to collect materials. So we're minimizing the number of people who are on our properties at any given time.
Right.
And then also, we have something that's kind of cool that we started on Facebook, and you may have already noticed we had a mask contest where we've encouraged members, but also employees separately, to create their own masks.
Okay.
To use out in the community. So you may see some of our linemen or servicemen out in the community wearing masks that they've made on their own, as an added safety measure, not just for themselves, of course, but to protect others that they may be around. And we would encourage anyone who sees any of our linemen or servicemen out in the community to still continue to adhere to social distancing practices and maintain that 6-foot distance, for their own safety and for the safety of our crews as well, and any propane delivery drivers as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure those linemen were pretty busy. I'm trying to remember if it was last week. We had here, because when the wind was so bad, we had a couple power outages. I know in the Moxville area where you all definitely serve, I'm sure they were responding pretty regularly, because that wind was crazy.
Yeah, the storm, I guess it was the morning, April 13th, that early Monday morning. It was really bad here in Yadkinville as well. There was a tornado warning. My wife and son and I, we went down to the basement to take shelter, but Davidson County was hit especially hard as far as our service area.
Okay.
At our peak time, we had over 10,000 outages. But our crews were great, and all of our operations folks, support teams were wonderful in helping restore power by the following evening to all those 10,000 members who were affected. So, kudos to them working around the clock to be able to restore power to people who need it now more than ever. Absolutely,
because now with everybody working at home, it was like, oh gosh, we're at home and we have no power. So yeah, thanks to those folks who are literally getting us back in business. So that was we definitely want to thank them. So we'll move on to the next question. What are some things that energy, and some of this we've kind of talked about as far as like the propane especially, but maybe what are some other things that Energy United provides our area that listeners may not be aware of, some things that you all do here in the community?
Well, first, to connect back to the COVID-19 topic of discussion too, and segue into some other things that we're offering in our communities. I will say that in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, our Energy United Foundation is extending financial relief to members within our 19 county service area.
Okay.
You do not have to be a member, but you have to live within our service area to be eligible. So if you're out there and you're listening and you or someone you know has experienced financial difficulty, a hardship as a result of COVID-19, whether it be a job loss or health-related issues that resulted in a financial difficulty, then I'll definitely encourage you to refer that individual or for you yourself to visit our website to consider applying for a grant from the Energy United Foundation. So the correct page for that is energyunited.com/givingback. And there you'll a link for the foundation where you can download a copy of the application to apply, and then email that back to us at the email address provided on the webpage, and you should get a response within 24 hours. But we're seeing a great response so far from extending that financial relief. The program has been in existence dating back to 2001, actually. So we provided just over in the past few years nearly $1 million in grant to needy individuals and to nonprofits. So we've got another nonprofit that we're helping right now that we're getting ready to announce later on today. Directly is related to their efforts to respond to COVID-19. So there's a lot right now that Energy United is doing through its foundation to support the community in response to COVID-19. But then in addition to COVID-19 also, we have several community outreach programs, including Bright Ideas, which may be a program that you're familiar with. So the North Carolina Bright Ideas Education Grant Program is a statewide program that Energy United, as one of the 26 electric cooperatives in the state, participates in. So over the course of the previous 25 years that the program has been in existence, as a state, we've contributed over $12 million in grant funding to teachers. Energy United has last year contributed over $40,000 in grants to teachers as well. So we're continuing that program this year. It's the 26th year that the program has been in existence. And so we're accepting applications right now all the way through September, the middle of September, the 18th, I believe. So I would definitely encourage any teacher who's at home right now and watching this, if you have time. I know my teacher right now is struggling to find time to do things, but hopefully other teachers are in a little bit better situation at home, and they have a spare minute to go ahead and apply for a grant from the NC Bright Ideas program, and we'd love to see your innovative, creative ideas that you'd like to implement in your classroom. Okay, that's great. Well, we'll go back and we'll update the description and make sure we include a link to the Energy United Foundation for anybody who might want to apply for any of that, those relief funds, and then definitely the Bright Ideas grant, because I believe, I'm thinking that I have a son that goes to Ellis Middle School, and I believe there was a sign out front that maybe a teacher had been awarded one of the grants. So so it's great to see that kind of thing actually, benefiting your child's school and here in the community. So I've actually seen proof of it. So exactly. That's probably the best aspect of the job, and seeing the program come to life ultimately when we have a chance to surprise teachers with the news, and then ultimately see their projects come to life. So we've been invited to several presentations. I had a chance to see the projects implemented, whether it's photos or being there physically in person. So it makes our job very rewarding for sure. Yeah, I bet. It seems like and I've got a link to it in the March issue, you all discussed the scholarship. So now, has that deadline already passed, or is that still active? Yes, so the scholarship program, the deadline did pass. It was the end of March 31st. And we received so many great applications, and we're actually in the selection process right now. We have our jobs cut out for us, our selection, because we've had so many bright young individuals that we've read their applications and had a chance to get to know them a little bit better, their resumes. And yeah, we have our jobs cut out for us, but our program did, the deadline did pass on the 31st. We're in the selection process right now.
Okay. Well, that's another great, great outreach for the communities that you're really trying to give back to your service areas. So we appreciate that. Okay, let's see. I think that was everything that I had down that I wanted to ask you, but is there anything before we hop off that you would like to add or?
Sure. So I would add that anyone who is interested in tracking Energy United's response to coronavirus, measures that we're taking, to visit the webpage that we've created. It's energyunited.com/coronavirus.
Okay.
Direct link. So there you'll see updates, each new measure that we've taken in response to the COVID-19 pandemic, and also a group of resources that can be helpful, a symptom tracker, so many other links there for resources that could be helpful, localized to each county that we serve. So definitely encourage folks to check out the coronavirus page on the website.
Okay, and we'll make sure that's added too, because I think now more than ever, it's so important for folks to be referring to information that's reliable, because there's so much false information out there. So if we can put reliable, factual information in front of people, we really can't do that enough. So we appreciate you doing that as well. Okay, well then I will let you get back to working at home with that toddler. And I just want to tell you and thank you for doing this today, and thank you for being a part of supporting DavieLiFE magazine through Energy United. We appreciate it more than you know, and we look forward to being able to put some of this information out here that truly can benefit our community.
Absolutely, and thank you, Wendy. Thank you, DavieLiFE magazine, for everything that you do for the community. We're proud to partner with you all and support what you do in the community to inform folks of resources that are out there within the community, and let folks know through these interviews what's going on inside of each of these businesses during the COVID-19 pandemic. So thank you so much.
Well, it's our pleasure. So I sound like Chick-fil-A there, buddy. Okay, well, we will hopefully talk again soon. And again, I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thanks. Have a good day.
You also.